Hi there, welcome to my views and news. Three news stories for you. Firstly, viewers, a viewer has contacted me. He has shared his painful story with me, which is hard to believe, by the way. This is what Prosperity Party is doing in terms of its preparation for next election. Secondly, Amhara region of Ethiopia, viewers, where it seems that huge recruitment is underway. Thousands are being recruited in police and militias reportedly. And lastly, Eritrea was where peacefully election process has been conducted. 165 local governors and executives have been elected in a smooth local election in Eritrea. The same election about which Eritrean president once said, "What election?" And now the same, what election is being held in Eritrea? Not the first time, by the way. It starts from a region in Ethiopia from where a viewer contacted me. He shared his painful story, asking me to raise this issue. After I got the information from this man, I contacted other people. And after getting confirmation, I thought I should make a video on that. The viewer who contacted me is from East Hararge. He said that he is a civil servant. His salary around 10,000 Ethiopian bears, very small amount, keeping in view the rising cost of living, rising food prices, and inflation. It is very difficult to survive on 10,000 Ethiopian birrs per month. But somehow he has been managing to make both ends meet. But since last year, he has been paying a tax which is now being increased in amount. The tax is being charged by local authorities to construct Prosperity Party's office in the area. He said that every month deductions were made from the salary. Since May 2024, it has been ongoing. And now the Prosperity Party has imposed a new tax. Local government, which is basically Prosperity Party, it has imposed a new tax. This new tax is for preparations to contest the next election. So Prosperity Party wants donation from the government employees for its activities to contest the next election likely to be held at the end of this year or next year. This tax will be charged until the election is held. How much of his salary is being deducted? Well, the percentage is alarming. In some cases, 30 to 40% is being deducted. This is what is happening in Ethiopia. This is what Prosperity Party is preparing for the next election. Can you imagine that election is being it's hard to imagine that this is how Prosperity Party is planning to contest the next election. It means that the local Prosperity Party officials are robbing the government employees. By the way, you would see, I think in coming days, you will see that businessmen, civilians will also be told to pay for the election campaign. Election is turning into an economic challenge for the people because they have to make mandatory contributions. If they don't, then they will face the consequences. Secondly, viewers, in the Amhara region of Ethiopia, huge recruitment is underway. Pictures, videos coming out from the training centers indicate that the regional government is recruiting thousands of youths in police and strike force. Amhara region dismantled Amhara Special Force in 2023. That was the start of armed conflict between Fano and military. And back then it was said by the Ethiopian Prime Minister, by Damascus Drone, who was the intelligence agency chief back then. He is now Deputy Prime Minister. Back then they said there was no need for any regional force, special force in any region. And they dismantled Amhara Special Force. Amhara Special Force member joined Fano, and that was the start of armed conflict in the region. Now they are conducting recruitments in strike force, which is basically special force. They wanted those special forces which fought in the war against Tigray, which were fully trained. They wanted to dismantle them. They could not dismantle them. Rather, they strengthened Fano, and now they're building a new force. The pictures indicate that thousands are being recruited. Massive recruitment drive is underway in the region. Government wants to win this war by gun, by force, by launching new recruits, by buying more weapons, by crushing Fano. This is not the solution, I think. Ethiopian military wants to withdraw from the region. Military doesn't want to be involved in internal conflicts. Military generals, they've been saying that the issue should be solved by politicians, by governments. That is why military has been trying to establish new militias, new forces, so that it could gradually withdraw from the region. But I have not seen any large-scale withdrawal of Ethiopian national defense from the Amhara region in the last 2 years. Rather, we saw new ENDF troops enter Amhara region in recent days. It means no matter how big the new militia, new force is, military won't be able to withdraw. By the way, when you see videos, pictures, everyone is conducting recruitments. Fano showing their strength in terms of human resource. Ola showing thousands of their fighters. Amhara government showing thousands of new recruits. ENDF building 1 million army. This is what the future holds for the Ethiopian youths. They can join government forces, they can join Ola, they can join Fano, they can join other armed groups. Most of the opportunities which exist for them in terms of employment are in security sector. This is what I've been warning against for the last 2 years, that it's unfair with the Ethiopian youths that these conflicts are continuing and they're being forced to join. Why? Because they have no other employment opportunities. So that is why it's not that they have a conviction to fight on Fano side and Ola side. Sometimes economic hardship forces them to be part of armed groups or regional or federal forces. Lastly, viewers, in Eritrea, 165 local governors and executives have been held in central zone. I did a video on that a few days ago too, but final closing ceremony was held yesterday. That is why I'm sharing details of that with you. From February 25 till March 23, this local government election was held in different parts of central zone, and 165 local governors and executives were chosen through balloting. Voting was held. People cast their votes, then counting was done, and winners were announced. Out of 165, 30% are women. Smooth process, very peaceful, no problem. Why is that this election is only held on local level? Why can't a similar election be held on national level too? Just like people on local level have the right to choose their local leaders, local governors, don't they have the right to choose who leads their country? Which party should lead their country? Issa Sevuki years ago, when he was interviewed by a journalist, said, a journalist asked a question, when will election be held in Eritrea? He said, what election? So back then he didn't believe in this form of running a country, running a society. Election was unknown to him. Elections are being held. Local elections are not new in Eritrea. Local elections have been held for years now, but only on local level, not on central level. Doesn't it show that the government basically does not want to give power, real power, to its people to choose their leaders? Thank you for watching.